Hello all, welcome back to Geek, Feng, Shui, Calamata. I'm your host and game master, Bob Sellers Jr. Shout out to our friends at the new restaurant here in beautiful Casson, Smoking Silverback Barbecue. Had a great meal there with my wife the other night. They're working on getting their liquor license, but their food is outstanding, so you don't need alcohol to mix with it at the moment. When they do, they'll open up the bar that's there. It should be interesting to see how they remodel it. But check them out if you're in the area. Check out South by Southeast Brewery in beautiful Pine Island. Dog friendly, at least. If you have exotic pets, I would call ahead and check. But all around a good place, good people, as well as Under Pressure Brewing in Golden Valley. Completely pet friendly. If you have an exotic pet, rhinoceros, a rattlesnake, coyote, or something like that, I would call ahead and check on the rules and regulations on that. But they do not serve food. So you can bring them inside and bring food with you, have food delivered, just as long as you don't let the other patrons become food for your pet. Down below is the Hop Passport listed, which lists a lot of breweries and how pet friendly they are. Minnesota, Iowa, South Dakota, North Dakota. And if you're the first in those states, there's awards or rewards, as the case may be. I think Minnesota is $1,200, and Iowa, South Dakota, and North Dakota, it's either $100 or $150, and a t-shirt in all four cases. If you get the first one stamped, you can get it electronically or you can get it in printed form. Gives you an idea of how to do a road trip if necessary and visit places of interest along the way. That's what we did ourselves recently. We ran into a brewer who explained that in their case, one of the inspectors required two entrances, one for those with pets and one without, so that people who don't like pets don't have to mingle with them, which kind of makes sense. You know, I'm allergic to cats and I love cats and they love me, but if I can avoid them, I do, especially black cats and their ladders, but I digress. But check out my books at sellersjr.com, my overall website, geekfengshui.com, this channel, which we appreciate if you like. Subscribe and say the bell and commentary. Comment if you dare. It's moderated because of the trolls. But I love constructive criticism, and if you think you can do better than me, let me know, and I'll take a look and let you know. And my advice when you watch YouTube channels is to like the videos. It just helps to show the creators that you appreciate their efforts. And there is work to do, believe it or not, when you put these together. Mine less so than some others, but I still appreciate all the likes out there. Today we're going to visit Diablo II Resurrected. I saw it on sale and picked it up for the Xbox. So when you come in, there are a couple of different options. I think the story will play out. Maybe I played it once when I came in, so it may or not play. We'll see when we create the new character. But we're gonna play. We'll play online. I'm gonna do a private game anyway. But you can have up to any of these 7 classes. You have the Amazon, the Assassin, Necromancer, Barbarian, Paladin, Sorceress, and the Druid. I loved the Necromancer, the Assassin, and the Amazon. I'm primarily going to focus on the Assassin and probably those 3 when I play occasionally here, because it's kind of fun to go back and see how it is. We'll see how they have a chance of being hardcore, a ladder. We're going to play an expansion. I have a character on here already that I played before, apparently on the PC, so it knows. Oops. So you don't get a gender choice, which was often hilarious because the male characters are typically the tanks. My assassins were like Apache attack helicopter. I'm going to do a private game. So why not play offline? Well, offline is nice, but online can be kind of fun. Show you, but
Good day.
yeah, it doesn't play the opening video. Sorry. When you come in, oh, there's a way. There's a way to play that. I didn't realize it wouldn't. Oh, here's the cinematics. So I'm going to play this. This is the opening one that you didn't get to see when I first started the game. I played. So I will shut up and let you enjoy.
So, Marius, at last I find you.
Tyrael, yes. Yes, now I recognize you. I should have known you'd travel in disguise. They're always watching.
I've been searching for you for a long time, Marius. I was rather beginning to think you didn't want to be found.
Oh, forgive me, Tyrael, please. It wasn't my fault.
Not your fault. Tell me, Marius, how was it not your fault?
The Wanderer. Yes, it was the Wanderer. My days in the Rogue Citadel seem so long ago. I sought refuge from my memories in the company of other outcasts, high in the mountains past the Eastern Gate. Days at a time. For when I dreamt, the memories would return. Memories of the monastery and the evil which had claimed it. Dreams, memories. I couldn't tell the difference anymore. Followed me at my heels? How had he found me here? How could this broken shell of a man, barely able to carry the weight of his own sword, be the burning terror which drove me to hide here? He seemed to have demons of his own. He struggled to contain. losing. As I watched, I became convinced that I was truly mad. The terror, the destruction, the evil I witnessed. How else could I explain them? Were these the demons from my dream, or were they born within the wonder? Why did I follow him? I don't know. Why do things happen as they do in dreams? All I know is that when he beckoned, I had to follow him. From that moment, we traveled together, east. Always. Into the east.
And we're back. So we will go and we'll play the character. One thing I did notice excuse me, is the stash. Now, I'll go up here and just talk to Warrior here.
Greetings, stranger. I'm not surprised to see your kind here. Many adventurers have traveled this way since the recent troubles began. No doubt you've heard about the tragedy that befell the town of Tristram. Some say that Diablo, the Lord of Terror, walks the world again. I don't know if I believe that, but a dark wanderer did travel this route a few weeks ago. He was headed east to the mountain pass guarded by the rogue monastery. Maybe it's nothing, but evil seems to have trailed in his wake. You see, shortly after the wanderer went through, the monastery's gates to the pass were closed, and strange creatures began ravaging the countryside. Until it's safer outside the camp and the gates are reopened, I'll remain here with my caravan. I hope to leave for Lutga Lane before the shadow that fell over Tristram consumes us all. If you're still alive then, I'll take you along. You should talk to Akara, too. She seems to be the leader of this camp. Maybe she can tell you more.
One of the interesting modifications I did is with the stash. Originally it was just a personal stash, which meant if you wanted to save something between characters, you'd have to keep a private game open for at least 5 minutes. Then you drop it on the ground, switch characters, come and pick it up, and hope the game didn't go away. They have since apparently added shared. And so these are all the items from my previous characters that I cleared up and that I have left over and I could use if I wanted to. So for example, I have this that I could use. Now you might say, well, isn't that cheating? No, it's not. It's just the way the game works. And so if you were in hardcore, this is the same thing. They don't share the stash from hardcore, but let's see what else we got here. I have a helmet that increases maximum durability. Now the advantage of having a belt, not this one, but one that you got up here, is you get multiple rows for your health pots. Which you see here, you can get expandable health pots if you want to in mana. I had rings. Use level 3, so can't use that. Remember how to switch. I was having troubles with this. Oh, it's the right one. There we go. So you have two outfits. One for if you're going to use a bow. Remember if I had a bow? I don't think I did. You can have a javelin to throw. And I think you can use a shield that as well. Now, typically you'd want to also get books of Town Portal. Let's see, pick up, hold, use, drop. I had already bought that, so I'm not going to reinvest. And what that is it's a way to hold all of your, otherwise you'd have to have them all in your inventory. So a book allows you to have up to 20. Then you have these charms here. You can have grand charms that take up a lot of space in your inventory. They're useful, but they can be also troublesome depending upon what their usefulness is. So this, when you have keys that you get for opening up lock boxes. So, oh, I do have. So we're going to do here. I have what is affectionately called the oh shit design, pardon my French, on the belt, where now these are only 2 on the other belt, is going to be 3. And when you use a pot, it automatically, I believe, automatically moves down. And on the Xbox controller, you're using the little arrows, so you have to be careful which one you hit. So I want to go. Can't dual wield yet. You have a skill tree. You'll eventually get into. You can choose between 4. You can go different builds, different ways. If you want to do just martial arts, shadows, and go back and fill them in as you need be. Characters, your strength is basically a die roll of standard character. Quest log, party. Button to show the map. Eventually, you'll get a mercenary to go with you. It's like your minion, and you can equip them.
Not here.
Good day to you, pup.
And you have the standard things that you want to buy. Some will be magical, some won't. Same thing with weapons and belts. You have miscellaneous. This is where you come back to fill up. Because I believe I'm gonna get some room in my inventory. I believe you have to refill. It's been a long time since I played this. Apparently doesn't know what you're doing and type. You don't lose the gold. I'm gonna take 1,500. Normally wouldn't have this, but I had other characters. I'm gonna take full advantage of that. When I played it, they did not have controllers, so it's going to be a little sloppy play for me. Well, they may have had controllers, but not for the Xbox. There we go. We have a vendor over here. This is the waypoint. She sells pots and magical items. Here's your first quest.
High Priestess of the Sisterhood of the Sightless Eye. I welcome you, traveler.
She tells you a story. I just skip over them. You can see where you can buy them, the books, and they can be expensive for those. That's why. Because again, this is where you buy your magical stuff for casters or whatnot. So we have a quest. The den is the first instance that you run into. Test your metal. What I typically try to do before I go into there is...
They'll never see me coming.
Go to the passage to the next area. Here's a waypoint, so it can be a neat shortcut. Come back. And these guys is ones. You'll see if he drops something. No, you don't always. Poison Shrine's not one you want to hit, because you'll have a chronic poison. You have different difficulties you can play this game at, and what is easy peasy here in Hell and Nightmare mode is not. There's also a cowl, if I remember correctly, too. You have to open up, get Wart's Leg, and there's mana. you'll see the priest versions of these guys that are necromancers. So when you're fighting them, all of a sudden the people you just killed come back to life and you have to kill them again. Picking up the crap. The maps do change with each cave. This is Care Bear, not hardcore. There's going to be experience shrines, or refilling shrines if you need them. Got a little lag there. So, I want to go over to, I'm going to do martial arts. I don't yet know how to assign them to your toolbar. It automatically does it unless I come down. I'll have to figure it out. Oh, there he goes. I press the X key. Left toggle A is okay, good to know. So this will be what that would be. So I press the button thing on there. So if I do a left toggle, A is my town portal. Let's figure that out. And you got buildings. Notice the finishing moves use up mana.
I am overburdened. I can't carry anymore.
So what are we going to drop? I like to keep, well, I'll find better ones later on. Don't need bolts, don't necessarily need, keep those. We're getting awfully close. There's the identifier in time to get scrolls of identify eventually. I think I'm going to do, I'm close to town, just go to town and dump stuff. I came into Diablo II from Diablo 1 way back when it came out. My wife and I wanted to play a game together, and I researched the heck out of it. The fine game is that you can play multiplayer. Diablo was the highest rated one, and there's very few. There's not as many as there is now. And I got it for her for anniversary to play together, and she decided she didn't like it, so yeah, she's never let me forget that. I'm going to move to shared stash. I'll keep these. These are magical. I'll dump these. In reality, what I would probably do because there is mana and you never know if you're going to need it or not. Oops, let me do that. And I'll keep those. Way back in the day, there was a hack you could get. One of the few times I've used a hack where you could tell where the other players were. Primarily that was Diablo 1, I believe. I think it was 2. So you'd open up a public game, and it was a race to get to Diablo, and then people would come in just to get your ear. They're called player killers or PKs. So if you want to insult someone in another game, you call them PK wannabes instead of player killer. PvPers. Because you collect ears when you kill another character. It might have been Diablo 1. Nowadays, I don't think they'd let you use a hacker if they figured out. I have a gold swing on top. Flavie is a gatekeeper to the next area, and she'll warn you not to go because you're not ready yet. She's not joking.
Turn back. I can tell that. Halt. You.
But the reason that I ignore her, much to her irritation, is that there is a waypoint. So by getting it, you can take a shortcut, come into the area at a different angle. In higher difficulty mode, there's a greeting party that comes out of Amazon to come and attack you if you try to do that. Stealth Shrine. I think our instance that we have stumbled on up here. No, so I see the cave up in the, if you look at the map, and there is a butcher. Den of Evil is your first
So dark.
instance you're going to run into.
Perfect.
Hardcore, you'd leave a TP portal back here. One might ask why I play so many of these different games. Well, you get achievements on the Xbox that you can use for points. Bosses get bigger and uglier. Bosses, the bad guys. There's one of those. They're kind of lit up. And if your things you kill come back to life, that means there's one of those Gurus. This is where you start to find jewels. So we want to take we got a gem. It's identified, so we have to get scrolls identification. We're going to go back to town, and there's a guy that'll identify stuff for you. The cost. The reason that they are great because they have two sockets that can give you more damage. This is nothing. Those guys can be really annoying. Fallen Shaman. If you get multiples of them, now there's going to be a boss down here. I don't think you run into the butcher in here. Could be wrong. I'm going to have to look at how to set up throwing. Nothing hurts better than being hardcore, being all the way to hell level and then dying in a 10 of evil. You learn to drag them away, because they will follow you. Well, what you want to do is come down. Oh, there's one more. There he is. Oh, this guy is bad news. Can be. He's electric. Why is that so bad?
I can't carry anymore. I am overburdened. I can't carry anymore.
Oh, that's that stupid guy. Did I kill him? There might be another one. Oh. Oh, left toggle. Back when you only had so much room in the stash, would make sense to So now what we can do, if you have sockets, which I don't think this guy does, yeah, we're not going to worry about it. I will put this in there. So do that. When things need to be repaired, you'll see a body thing show up with yellow and red. Excuse me. Yeah, that guy at hell level, I remember dealing with him. The boss is electric, and he can fry your butt. Think. Monsters are rated 4. Oh, so we got 2. Tiger Strike is a charge up. Oops. I'm still figuring out. It's 2 skill choices. Well, yeah, hold on, I didn't hold the A key. Oh, right. That's assigned to. Oops. No, that's right. So we have an A. We'll live with it and see how it goes. I don't remember if there's a way to. So this is where it gets annoying because there's monsters left. You have to clear the den. Here's Wayward. I hear him. There's 2 more. Sometimes it takes a while. Eventually my assassin will come to a wield. I think I'm gonna look and see. I don't know if I have. Oh, the swap weapons. Left toggle. Left on leg. Alright. I do a left toggle A. throwing. The throwing blades I can throw. Javelins can be used by the Amazon to throw. So what you want to do is listen, because you can hear. And now it shows you that you've completed it.
The rogue's test is done.
Oh, I see what I did wrong there. I replaced the wrong. That was my bad. Left toggle X. Alright. Sure, I'll switch it around. One thing you get used to is keys being certain things on all your characters. You come down and get your reward.
You have cleansed the den of evil. You've earned my trust, and may yet restore my faith in humanity. Your reward is training in the skill of your choice.
Scrolls of Identify, I think, are sold by
Greetings.
Oops.
Welcome, Outlander, to our
This is where she
glorious
sends you on a
home.
quest to get
I know
your
you're here to challenge
minion.
the evil that's driven us from our ancestral home. But know this. Akara may be our spiritual leader, but I command the rogues in battle. It will take more than just killing a few beasts in the wilderness to earn my trust. My rogue scouts have just reported an abomination in the monastery graveyard.
Not the monastery.
Apparently,
That's
Andario is
where
not content to take only our living.
you run into
One of our finest
Big Bad
captains
and
in
Ugly.
battle against Diablo at Tristram,
I
was
think
also
in one of these
the
games he
first to
said
be
run doesn't
corrupted
grow
by
right.
Andario.
Butcher.
Now you'll find her in the monastery graveyard, raising our dead as zombies.
The nemesis of every
cannot
hardcore player.
abide this defilement. If you are truly our ally, you will help us destroy her.
So we have quest.
Hello.
Maybe you don't have them yet. There's maybe it's Charzy. You might not have them in town
Hi
yet.
there. I'm
This is where you can come in and repair. Eventually you get a character that comes in. Yeah, apparently you're not. I don't have him yet. He'll be by the fire. But that'll be good for the first one, since I'm trying to do my New Year's resolution, keep my videos down to an hour, or just as much over or less. So, as we said coming in, say hello to our friends at the Smokin' Silverback Barbecue here in Casson, a great new restaurant. Packed and busy, so it's a good sign. Great food. I enjoyed our meal there. Check out South by Southeast at Minnesota Brewing Company in Pine Island, Under Pressure in Golden Valley, and a hot passport listed below that lists several others in the Quad State area. And if you're the first one in each of the states, there is a reward, whether it's monetary and or a t-shirt, but you can also get electronically. Something to consider. Also, check out my books at sellersjr.com, my overall website, geekfengshui.com, this channel, which really appreciate every like, subscribe, setting the bell, and commentary, which is moderated due to the trolls. So we keep you the rails, and if you feel you can do better, by all means let me know, drop me a note, and I'll take a look, and I'll learn, or I'll give you some constructive criticism of my own. But please like the video. Any of the you watch on YouTube is helpful to the creators to know that you appreciate their efforts. Have a good one. We'll see you in the next video. Please like, subscribe, set the bell, comment if you dare. Please like.